Master Coach Apostle Courtney McLean and Business Coach Zidane Sinister are powered up to share their expertise on the business end. But don't forget to tell a friend or a colleague, and of course have your tools on hand, your notebook and your pen. Classes are in session every Tuesday, 3:30 on Gospel JA for the business end. Master Coach Apostle Courtney McLean and Business Coach Zidane Sinister await you.
Welcome to the business end. I am your host, Courtney McLean. That's right, pastor and founder of Worship and Faith International Fellowship. I'm absolutely excited. I'm also the CEO of Courtney McLean SMC Services. What's that? Speaking, mentorship, and coaching services. That's right. With me today is a powerful man of God, my co-host, Zidane Sinister. This man has over 17 years of experience in the business industry. He has 4 businesses. The man is a mega businessman. I am privileged to be sitting beside him, looking quite dapper in his stripe. Welcome, Sir Zidane. How are you?
I am good. Welcome. I want to thank you, Apostle. I want to thank Gospel JA. I also want to thank the listeners who are here and open heart and open ears for what we are about to do today. I also, Apostle, we are in the presence of another powerful man to your right. Yes. Wow. He is spent over 15 years in architectural draftsman. He has over 10 years in business as well. And he's also, I tell you, is a powerful man of God. He is very creative and he's very dependable. We have with us today the founder and CEO of Geek Design. Welcome, Sir Dale Sowell.
Thank you, sir. What an introduction. Thank you. It's an honor being here.
Sir, we're happy that you're here. And we know we're going to create an impact today. Now, Zidane, why are we doing this business end thing? I want us to start right there.
Yeah, we are doing the business end because we saw a niche, we saw a need to create, to empower persons to have profitable, sustainable business so that we can partner with your local church, or partner with Jamaica, partner in creating that future in which we want to create, partner with God so that we can move our country forward, move our lives forward, and manifest what God has given to you. That's a mouthful, but
but that's good. That's well said. My observation is that I see gifted persons in the body of Christ.
Yes.
They are talented, they have the skill, but then they launch out not realizing that it takes more than the gift to do the thing to make the business successful.
And that's why we are here in the business then, to provide that next thing, to provide that extra, so that those potential business owners or those business owners can take their business to the next level. We are here to talk to the man that has been doing it and will continue to put it to the next level. So, Sir Dale Sowell.
Yes, sir.
Tell us about Geek Designs, who you are, and what do you have to offer to us?
Well, you said it all, I'm a man of God. I'm passionate about business, and I share the same sentiments as this great vision. Geek Design, we are solution oriented. We provide creative and innovative services that tailored around promotion and branding. We have cost-effective and reliable products and services such as retractable banner, vehicle wraps. We do graphic design, we do signage, and a long list of other services.
Well, we have been working with you. You have done quite a number of things for us, and we have been experiencing, I would say, the positive impact of your business. But Geek Design, that's a nerd name. Why Geek? What inspired you to come up with that name?
So when I decided on stepping out, I was looking for a name that provoked or foster a conversation that you will not remember, and something that has a meaning behind it. And Geek, yes, it has the nerd thing, but there is also another part to it. Persons who are considered to be geek are generally smart. and whatever they do, they do it well.
Bam, bam.
So that's inspiration, right?
That's true. That's true. Go ahead, Sir Zidane. I don't know.
I don't know. The man says what the name behind the name is that he wants persons to spark a conversation. He also wants persons to know that he is brilliant and he means business. So he set his standard very high from the start. And people, listeners, I want you to understand that when you start business, the name means something. The name should trigger a conversation. The name should ask persons to invite persons to think about you or to always resonate in their minds. And that is what Sir Dale Sewell has said. But let me ask you, yes, sir, you never just wake up out of your bed one day and decide to start business. There must have been some driving force or some idea as to why you started.
Definitely not. The vision started, well, not the name. The name started when I decided to step up, but starting out to do a business, really, it's a desire that I had for many years. And it came from an hobby that I had, just creating flyers, designing, and I recognized that there were numerous potential along that line, and therefore I started to foster the idea of eventually going out in business, and I surrounded myself with persons who were already in the industry, so that was like whetting my appetite, put it that way. Yeah.
So it's not that you went to school for it initially. How did you start?
Right. So I did not go to school for this. I as I said, I started just merely having an hobby at being creative, and it came from that, and I developed it over time based on the fact that I loved it, and as I mentioned, I was in the environment, and the environment fostered the desire to step out, and therefore I started to plan from early. So I had the plan, even though I didn't have the money, but I started to put things in place with the preparation, and then an opportunity came, and I must point that out. An opportunity came, but I was ready. At the time, I thought that I was fully ready, but I was ready, and I seized the opportunity.
Apostle, I always have a saying. You spend 364 days, 23 hours, and 55 minutes preparing for that 5 minutes.
Yes. That's why you are the business coach.
Because each of us get that preparation for that 5 minutes, but once that 5 minutes and the light is on and the stage is set, you have to be prepared. So you spend a lot of time in the preparation.
Okay. We want for persons to know that you can reach out to us, yes? Or the numbers are 754. That's 754-3694. That's 754-3694. Towards the end, we are going to be answering your questions. You can call, you're in business, and you have a question. The business coach is here. Yes? You want to start that business. We want to help you to do that. We want to make some suggestions to you. So you can reach out to us. You can also reach out to us if you are on Facebook, if you're on Instagram, Twitter. The information is there. Touch base with us at the end, and we're going to respond to your question. Go ahead, Sir Zidane. Go ahead.
Yes. So, like I was saying, that preparation is very, very important. And I like the fact that Sir Dale Sewell says, prepare for your 5 minutes. I wonder which listener is out there right now. Which listener is out there right now preparing for that 5 minutes? Please prepare for that 5 minutes.
What I add to that, Zidane, is that provision comes when there is vision. So there are many people, they are saying that they want provision, but do you have a vision? He had a vision, and he was sharpening. He was working on things. And as he worked on it and sharpened, then the opportunity came. Then the provision came. Amazing. So, what differentiates you? We're living in a competitive age. Many persons are doing banners. Many persons are into graphic design and media. What separates you from your competitors?
Well, as I mentioned, I would have been associated with some of my no competitors. Right, that was a thing. So from that basis, I saw the opportunities that were there to seize in terms of gaining, my current customers. And some of the things is I recognize being reliable, and having that confidence in your customers having the confidence in you that they can send their work and you're going to deliver, and they can be relaxed. And one of the things that I try to do with my staff is to create or to foster that environment that persons can feel like they belong there. And this is my little place down the road. Or when you have a friend, you said, I have my printer guy. Or so that I've used. And of course, being cost effective. I started out with that in terms of breaking into the market, and I kept it because I realized that it kept the customers coming.
Okay, so if I get 3 quotes, I can and I get one down the road that is less, I can come back to you and you try and match that or something to that.
That's right. That's right.
All right. Cool.
This man is a man that provides affordable prices and value.
That's right.
Mighty.
Quality.
Mighty. So let me ask you, it could not have been a smooth sale. Business is not a smooth sale. A lot of listeners are listening to us and say, what is he talking about? Business is hard. So I'm sure you must have gone through some constraints,
Yes.
some struggles. How did you deal with some of those struggles?
I'm thinking of the best one to say because there were many. So I started out with passion and zeal, and one of the things that I encountered when I started out is the fact that not because you have a great idea, and it sounds good, looks good, it means that it's going just by that great idea, it's going to automatically mean that customers are going to come in, and therefore I thought that. And when I mentioned about being prepared, I was prepared, but not to the full extent that I should have been. And nothing is wrong with that because you have to start somewhere. And so because of that, I did not recognize that, when I started, I got a lump sum of money and I spent it all. And that was like a domino effect, if you can imagine, because there was no working capital. Mm-hmm. And so that put the business in the early stage under severe pressure. But the thing is that I had other incomes, and that's something that I encourage persons when you're going into business, and especially in Jamaica, ensure that you don't have all your cocos in one basket. Mm. Ensure that there is a backup. Ensure that you have. I had that, and so I was able to sustain the business throughout that period of time. But I'm telling that it was hard. A part of having an attitude of being perseverance, right? I just recognized that I had to. I could not. It's like you started something and you have reached thus far and you can't give up now. Mm-hmm. And I had that attitude going through. So every time there was a roadblock, every time there was a downhill, I applied that thought process that, hey, you have started, you must complete.
Mm. I remember you were working and you had a major position in a particular business while you were operating your business. So you were employed, right, working for someone, and you were keeping your business That's going right. at the same time. Right. How did you manage to balance those?
Wow. Support is critical. Support is critical, and that is something that you can't be naive of the realities out there. So I had my wife. So while I had a level of flexibility with the job, I still had the support. So I was pushing the business. I was managing the business, but I had her in the initial stages there to because even though we had a staff, but she was there. So I had that support behind, to help push the business and push the idea. I like to say the greater the idea, the greater the support.
Wow. What I find with me is that I have learned a lot about myself by pastoring. I've learned a lot about myself by doing the different businesses that I've done. What have you discovered about yourself by virtue of you experiencing the challenges and doing the business that you have done?
So growing up, I wasn't a fighter. I'm the type of I was the type of child that if they say they're going to fight after school, I'll find a way to escape. I was confrontational,
Yes,
right?
yes.
And therefore, being in business and experiencing the tough part of business, I had to shed some of that. I remember I owed a month rent, and there was some confusion with the landlord, and he thought it was like 5 months, and he came to put the padlock on the business. And I remember he was a hard person, and I stood up to him. I had to amidst the lookers and the embarrassment, and I recognized that was something that I was being developed in. I hear that deficiency that I had, and so I recognized as well that I was now a fighter, and I was relentless, and I wasn't like that before. So I discovered that about myself, and I loved it because I recognized that it is an attribute or attributes that you should have when going into business. You have to have tough back, and you have to be able to square your shoulders and look adversities in the face.
I know we have listeners and Gospel J, and we big them up, Gospel JA. You know, Gospel JA doing a great job. I want for you to reiterate that, because what I know is that your business actually grows you. Yeah. Just like parenting. My children, we say we're growing the children. I tell you the truth, they grow me. Yeah. Because I have had to learn, I've had to grow, I've had to develop in order to deal with them and to manage the way God wants me to. I want for you to say that again. You have had to what?
I had to develop, I had to grow. And you see, one of the things that I want to also point out is that I wasn't formally trained in this area. You know, I did not go to school for this area, and therefore I had to learn. I didn't go to school to do business. I had to learn business. I seized the opportunity. I seized the opportunity of what we call YouTube University. It's free, and I did a lot of that, you know, and as a result, I became who I am today. You know, because I adapted to the environment, and I did not reject the environment. I did not fight the environment. I adapted to the environment, and it worked. You know.
Wow. Those are powerful words. He says he has to grow with the business. If you don't grow, your business cannot grow.
Right.
If you're stuck in the dark ages and technology is occurring, then your business is going to be stuck in the dark ages. So business leaders, business potential business owners, you have to continue to develop yourself in order to grow. As you grow, your business grows with you. Let me ask you, Sir Sewell.
Yes, sir.
The triumphs, the moments of wow.
Yes. Well, you know, the main one that stands out to me is one, I eventually operating a printer without a printer. That happened. Printer broke down, and I was at a place where it's either I move because I wasn't making money where I was, and it's either I move or I give up. And I after gaining those instances and those situations that developed confidence in me, I stepped out, and I remember speaking to my now landlord, and I told her, listen, I don't have no money, but I will have money.
You said you don't have, but you will have.
I will have. And I told her I will find the deposit.
Love it.
And I told her, this is where I'm at, but this is where I am going. I believed in myself. I believed in the vision. And she saw that. She saw passion. She saw zeal. And she said, you know, there are others who are already established. But just what you said to me, the things that you said to me, make me believe in you. And I want to give you that opportunity. Wow. And I got the location. It was a popular location that persons needed. And that was a turning point for me, because I moved from a place where I did not have any printer to I had in the relocation 2 printers, and to have printers, several printers now, you know, I've maximized the space. So it's time for me to eventually move.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah, that is what really is.
And I remember when you moved into another shop, you opened up the space.
Right.
So you took on more and you have expanded.
That's right.
We're proud of you, youth.
I'm happy to hear
Bless
that.
We're proud of you. Now, has your outlook on business changed by virtue of the victories that you have experienced?
Most definitely. Most definitely. I mean, it is rewarding, you know. It is hard work. I must tell you, you have to be diligent. You have to do it in a particular way. And you know, one of the things that I recognize that is needed, when you realize that you have deficiencies, when you have an issue, it is an opportunity for you to grow. So, you know, get that thing that you need. Sometimes it may not necessarily mean that, you know, you have the time to go back to school, but maybe you can get mentorship. Maybe you can partner with somebody that is educated in that particular area. And when you have plateaued, it means that there's something that you need to do more. Yeah.
I like the more. I like the more. So, Sir Soil,
Yes, sir.
in doing that more,
Yes.
how great a part do you think faith works in that more?
Well, it's a critical component because when I as I mentioned, you know, going to the landlord and all of that, it was really faith. You know, I tell you this, the location that I am now in, I saw it in initial stages. My wife encouraged me, but I wasn't there. But as I grew, as I developed, I became that person that, I mean, I'm ready to walk on water, you know. So faith is important in business.
Wow.
Vital.
Wow. We have to wrap up.
Yes.
But I mean, I'm really, really encouraged by what you're sharing, and I'm sure our viewers or listeners are encouraged too. But if you had to sum everything up, what would you say to our viewers? What would you say to those who there's an idea, there's a dream, there's a vision, they want to start business? What would you say to them? What would you also say to someone who is in business and it's challenging? They might be thinking about giving up. What would you share?
So you have not started. I'm gonna tell you this. I mean, there's a famous saying that fly the plane.
Yeah.
You see, and I think it's a good thing to try, you know, because it works, because that's what I did. You will not always have it all together, and a lot of us wait till for that, you know. But start, just move with it, get information, develop yourself as you move, grow as you move. And I mean, and you will be surprised of what will become of you, you know, because you're going to grow. The business is going to grow, irrespective of the difficulties that you have. Once you believe that God has spoken to you, you're standing on a word, you're standing on something solid. Never give up. And if you're in business and you have faced that tough, rough patch of your business, listen to me. There's an opportunity there for you to grow. There's an opportunity for you to do something different.
I love the way you put it. No, listeners, we're going to be here to answer your questions. We're going to be here to speak with you. We want to hear from you. So if you want to speak to us, the numbers for you to contact us are 876-754-3694 or 876-908-0936. But before you go, Sir Soil,
Yes.
I must ask, what's next?
What's next? I dream big. I think big. So I want Geek to be bigger, the biggest that it can be. So I'm really moving into. So it started as like a corner printery, and I'm moving into a multimedia company. That's where we want to go. I want to have a signboard that was digital board in every community in those rural areas. That's the vision that I have, and that's where we will be in some years to come.
Powerful stuff.
Yes.
How can we get in touch with you? How can the viewers, the listeners reach you?
Right.
Tell us where you're located. Give us your contact info.
Yes. So we are located conveniently on Old Harbour Road. That's Daniel's Complex, Old Harbour Road. And you can get in touch with us via phone. It's 321-9190. That's 321-9190.
So we're at the end of another episode of The Business End. But not before we reiterate some of the gems. Value your product. Value is greater than price. If you sell a value, you will not have hands to count your profit. He says, be steadfast, confident. If you don't grow with your business does not grow. And we have a lot more to share, but contact us, interact with us, and we will share with you some of the gems from this interview and for further dialogue. We will also have giveaways and interaction on our socials. You can find us on Instagram and on YouTube at The Business End Show. Come over, subscribe, speak to us. And until next week, I am Zedine Simister.
And I'm Courtney McLean.
Continue to be your increasing best. Thank you.
Master Coach Apostle Courtney McLean and Business Coach Zidane Simister are powered up to share their expertise on the business end. But don't forget to tell a friend or a colleague, and of course have your tools on hand, your notebook and your pen. Classes are in session every Tuesday, 3:30 on Gospel JA for the business end. Master Coach Apostle Courtney McLean and Business Coach Zidane Simister await you.